So this is my introduction and my conclusion for my video. In the beginning, I planned on reading an actual story of The Three Little Pigs by Paul and Justine Gladstone, but I couldn't get my hands on the book. So instead, Monday and Tuesday, because we were on spring break last week, so I couldn't do anything with my kids for week 5 when this was actually due. So the beginning of week 6, Monday, we looked at a rendition of the story on YouTube for a small group, and the kids watched the video, and we talked about what we saw, what the pigs did, and the houses, and what the big bad wolf did, and all kinds of things that had to do with the story. They told me what they liked about it and what they didn't like about it, and what they think the big bad wolf should be doing instead of trying to eat the pigs. And then Tuesday, we looked at another version of the story that was a little bit longer and went into more detail about what happened to the wolf after he couldn't get into the third pig's house, the brick house. And at that point, we talked about, again, what they liked, what they didn't like, what they remembered from the first story, and what was different in the second story. And we talked about how they could probably make a house of sticks or straw or bricks, and what they would use to do that, and how it would help from the big bad wolf getting in to the house. So that's what we did Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, I did this activity with them, and the objective was to predict whether or not they could move the object by huffing and puffing or blowing, as you'll hear me refer to it. I didn't realize at first how inappropriate that sounds, but they're children, so they don't see it. But that's okay. So that was my objective, was to get them to think about the weight of an object and to see how strong or how hard they had to blow or huff and puff on the object to get it to move. And I thought, when I asked them to gather the materials before a small group, that they picked some materials that wouldn't move, but it ended up that a lot of them moved. So on our chart, which I also kind of just let them stick it where they thought they could stick it. So in the beginning, you'll see my little guy, Thomas, stick his egg carton to the no side of the chart, when in fact they all moved it. But the point was to get them to understand that some things are heavy and some things are not, and it's going to take a lot of wind power to get an object to move, just like the big bad wolf with the straw, stick, and brick house. And my conclusion of the activity is I should incorporate maybe some actual straw or some sticks. Well, we have sticks, but smaller sticks, so that they could all try and blow on them, and maybe even bring in a brick so that they could try and blow that and see how that works. I thought it went pretty well. I think we got a little bit carried away with just blowing, and they got really excited about just blowing on the objects to see if they would move. And I kind of forgot a little bit in the middle of the activity to ask them before they blew on the object if they could or could not, and why. But you'll hear, as we're discussing the story in the beginning of the activity, that they already knew, or one little girl already knew, that the big bad wolf couldn't blow down the brick house because his breath wasn't strong enough. So I think this activity did a good job addressing the weight of things and how much force you'll have to put behind your breath to actually move it. The kids seemed to have fun. They say at the end they had fun. I had fun. It lasted quite a while, and they all seemed engaged. So I think it went pretty well. I hope you enjoy watching the video, and I'm so sorry that it is in 4 different pieces. Tried to upload it all at once, but somehow my phone didn't work. So enjoy!